All right, let's build a biology schedule. The first thing you need to do when building a schedule is make sure you have your scheme up and your academic plan.
Okay, got it.
Okay, can you see my biology scheme and my academic plan?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is you always start off with, if you're submitting this to your advisor, you're filling out the top information. Or for time's sake, I'm going to just do the portion of the plan. So you always start with what you're currently registered for. So we're going to take a few minutes and you're going to put in what you're currently registered for. And I'm going to use what you say to help make this plan. So normally students come in, they take the same classes for each major. So if you're a bio major, you usually are in freshman seminar, and that's 1 credit. And then you are usually in Bio 101. If you receive Bio 101 that semester, sometimes students are placed into chemistry. So if you were placed in chemistry, then you would switch this to a chemistry course. And then you usually will have an English. So English 102 or a 104 are the options. Some students may have 102, 101. Just know that they're all on the same level.
Okay.
And that's going to be 3 credits. And then if you were in an Afro cluster class, so AfroAmerican Studies, or you were in Black Diaspora, some people received like a divisional course, like a Divisional A, B, or C.
Yeah, like for myself, I had Black Woman in America too.
Good, so we're going to use that, Black Women in America. And we're going to put down 3 credits. And what else?
And then I had Principles of Speech.
Okay. And that is 3 credits.
And I had, let me see. And Psych 101. Well, I think that's what it's called. Intro to Psych.
Intro to Psych? Okay. Did you have freshman seminar this semester?
Yes, I did. And Bio 101 and my lab was like together in the same class.
Not a problem. All right, so we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17 credits. So we're gonna put 17 credits down here. All right, so whenever you're making your schedule, you always look to what you took in the fall, if it has a part 1 and a part 2. So then you go over to your degree map on this side to see what you have taken and what comes next. And that is how you fill out your spring semester. So we're gonna look at your courses. We see the first course on our fall is freshman seminar. So we'll go over to our general electives to find freshman seminar. And we're gonna put a star next to that because we're currently registered for that class and we have not received a grade for it. But we want to make sure that we know that it's going to receive a grade. This is a 1 semester course, so that means it will not go over to the spring class. So we know that we are going to have to replace that class with something else in order to get 17 credits. But we have Bio 102, Bio 101. So we're going to go over to Bio 101. And we see, we're going to put a star next to that to know that we're registered for that class and we need to move to the next class. So Bio 102 is going to be our next class. So we're going to come over to our form and go over to the spring. And we're going to put Bio 102, and that is 4 credits. So we're going to put 4 credits there. So we are now taking care of something in our major. So these are our prerequisite courses. We have to take these courses in order to move down to the elective options. Okay, so Every class usually in the electives requires at least Bio 101 and 102, and then the other classes require 101, 102, and 200. So that's why you have to take them in order. Okay, so we're gonna go back over to our fall and see what we have. We have English 102, 101, 102, or 104. Which one did you take?
102.
All right, so we're gonna come down to our English and we're gonna put in 102. So the next English is going to be 103. So we're gonna move over to our degree map and we're gonna put in English, ENGW, because you wanna stay with whatever code you started with. And then you're gonna put in 103. And then you're gonna be 3 credits because we see that this is 3 credits. So some students may say, well, how do you know it's 103?
Right.
Well, you can always go to the English department website to see what English course that you started in. If you started in 101, 102, then you go to 103. If you started in 104, then you go to 105. If you're unsure, you can always email your advisor to get what the next one is. But I'm telling you now, 101 and 102 go to 103, and then 104 go to 105.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go back over to it. So now we have our English. We know that our Afro-American Studies cluster, we're gonna put a star next to that because we're currently registered and we don't have a grade yet, but this is gonna be completed. And this again is another 1 semester course. So we know we get another free choice to choose from. Okay, so then we go over to we go up for our co-ops classes and see what we want to take. That means anything on here is free for us to take. Since we did not take a math this semester, I'm going to choose priority courses. So your priority courses in co-ops and your general education are always going to be your English, your math, and your foreign language. Okay. So I'm going to let you choose what your options are before I go over your divisional categories. So you can choose a foreign language, a math, or you already picked your English. So
a math.
Okay. So your math is based on what you placed into or what you took that prior semester. So if you're in a math this semester, then you will move to the next math and following semester. If you did not take any math and you did not take the placement exam, then you can start at the basic math level. So the basic math level is going to be math 005 or math 006, which is college algebra. Okay. If you want to take the math placement so that you can test higher than the math, then you can reach out to tutoring and learning or the math department to take the placement exam before you take a math course.
Okay.
All right. But for the sake of this, did you take the math placement exam?
No, I was having issues with it and I tried to reach out to someone, but they never got back with me for another chance.
Okay. Not a problem. So let's just say for the sake of this example, we're going to do math 006, which is 3 credits. And then I'll explain to you, I'll submit to you how to go about taking an exam.
Okay.
All right, so we replaced our Afro-American, Black American course because we only needed to take that 1 semester. So we're gonna go down again and we see that speech again is the 1 semester course. So we do not have to take a part 2. So we now have another option. Okay, in this option, we wanna look at what is going to be the minor. So a lot of students have been telling me, well, I heard chemistry has to be my minor. Well, technically it does not have to be your minor, but you still have to take chemistry courses. So you can declare chemistry as your official minor, or you can declare another minor or a double minor.
Okay.
But regardless, chemistry is built into your biology scheme, so you have to take it regardless. But every minor has to be declared.
Okay.
So for the sake of this, we're going to choose a minor requirement to complete the rest of it. So chemistry, 003, which is your lecture, and that's 4 credits. And then chemistry, 005, which is your lab, and that's going to be 1 credit. The reason we're going to choose the chemistry as a course is because if you declare it as your minor, you do want to start taking the courses. It takes about 2 or 3 semesters for you to complete that minor. So you can start it either in your second year of your freshman year, or you can start it the fall of your sophomore year, which will be this fall coming up.
Right.
But if you do not want to choose chemistry, we're also going to go back over to the fall, and we're going to look and see if there's any other spaces free. So we see Psych 050. This is actually a Divisional D category class or a general elective. Since you do not have Divisional Ds, we now can use it as a general elective because we know that you need that per the MCAT requirements.
Right.
So now that we have our general elective, we know it's a 1 semester course, and we do not have to take that again. So we now can look at our credits to see if we can fit anything else in here to take, or we can choose options just in case we're not able to get any of these courses. So we have 7 here. We have 7 here. We have 14, and that's 15 credits even. So you can choose to stay at 15, or you can do, which I recommend all biology or natural science majors do, between 15 to 18 credits, because if you have to drop a 4 credit class for any reason, it still will keep you above 12 credits.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to keep it at 15 for the moment. And then what we're going to do is choose our options. So we're going to leave a space here, and we're going to choose some other options for us. So let's explain divisionals at this point.
Okay.
So the divisional sheet is actually a sheet for you to, it's kind of like a key is what I call it. So on a divisional sheet, you use this to actually read what courses you need for your divisionals. So when you're reviewing your plan, like this, you're looking at, I need 3 Divisional A's. So in the Divisional A category, you can choose any 3 of these classes to fulfill that Divisional A. You're looking at what you're currently registered for. So if you're in like Intro to Sociology or Intro to Political Science, then you'll go down and you'll find that. You have Intro to Political Science here, that's a Divisional B. So you would write your Poly 001 here so that you know that you now have 1 Divisional B completed for your fall courses. So you're done with your Divisional B. So now you can choose a Divisional C or Divisional A to pick from.
Okay.
Okay. So for the sake of this, when you're making your schedule, I want you to remember not to put an actual class when you're doing your sheet. So you're going to write the word divisional, and then you're going to put A, comma, C, because that tells you I can choose any Divisional A or Divisional C. If you put an actual name of the class and then you don't get the class, then students start to panic and say, well, I wasn't able to get into that course. And you forget that you just need a Divisional A. It doesn't necessarily have to be that exact course.
Okay.
So that's going to be one of our options, a Divisional A, which is 3 credits. And then we also have down here a philosophy requirement. And we look over to our fall section and you don't have any philosophy courses.
Right.
So that could be another option. If I'm not able to get into chemistry or I'm not able to get into the math that I need, I would choose one of the philosophy. And you can just write the word philosophy if you're not sure which one you want to take. These are located on your degree works when it becomes available to you, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's just a PDF form. All right, and then that's going to be 3 credits. And then you can look on your sheet to see if there's anything else that you can take that is available and does not have a prereq. And we see that we do not choose a language. So do you have an interest in taking a language?
Yes.
Okay, which language?
French.
Okay, so we're going to choose French 1 as an optional course. Okay, so that means I have about 3, 6, 9 optional courses to replace any one of these that I cannot get into.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
And it still tells me that I'm still taking everything I need to graduate. So I have my Bio 102, which is required per my major. I have my English, which is required per my COAS requirement. I have my math, which is required per my math requirement. And it's okay if you take anything below pre-calculus. If you're going to med school, then the math is going to be calculus and or statistics. And then we have chemistry, which is going to be my minor block. So I have my chemistry 1 with my chemistry 1 lab. And you can take these separately. So if you're able to get in the lecture, but you're not able to get into the lab, continue on with the lecture, keep your notes, and take the lab a following semester. The best time to take this lab, if you're not able to get into it with the Chem 1, is when you get to Orgo 1. Because as you can see, the Orgo 1 does not have a lab with it.
Right.
So you'll do Orgo 1 with your Chem 1 lab, and then you'll do Orgo 2 with that lab, and then you'll pretty much be done with your requirements. Okay, so we have our Chem down, and then we have our optional courses. If you want to take more than 15 credits, you can choose to add any one of these. Keep in mind that you will not be able to do more than 18 when you register until your grades come out. And then if you have a 3.0 or higher, you can do up to 21 credits.
Okay, and you said for bio majors, you recommend standing between 15 and 18 credits, right?
Correct. Your credits are going to be 4 credits primarily, okay? So when you drop a 4 credit class, it literally will put you at 11 or 10 credits if you're only at 15.
Right.
So you need to stay above 15 credits every semester. And as a bio major, your average credit amount is 17 credits. So when you register for these classes, it's very rare that people get exactly 15. So if you have anything above 15 or above, you're okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now that you've made your schedule for the fall and the spring, you can use this sheet if you decide to add some summer courses. If you feel like you need to, you can. This sheet continues on. Once you have registered and you solidified your spring schedule, you know that this is what you're going to keep. Then you can go ahead and go back down this sheet on the degree map, see what's next, and then you can put in Bio 200, which is your genetics. Then you'll do your chemistry, your chem, unless you're taking it over the summer, your chem lecture, and your chem lab. So every semester you are supposed to go in and write this out so that you know what you plan to take. Even though the plan may not work out that way, I always tell my students, will write it in pencil so that you can adjust as you need to. If you're planning to register for these classes, then you will not be the people who are panicking during registration who don't know what to take.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to break down the last thing, which is your bio major. So pay careful attention of how I break down your major, because you're going to hear a lot of rumors, but I want you to understand what you are required to do for the year that you came in.
Okay.
All right, so on this left-hand side, remember that these are your prerequisite courses. You have to take 101 before you can take 102, and you have to take 102 before you can take genetics, okay? Every bio major is required to do 22 bio elective credits. It starts with the cellular and molecular category, and it goes down to this area. It gives you enough space to get 22, but it expects for you to take 4 credits only. So if you take anything from 3 or 1, you are subtracting away from making it to 22, and then you end up taking another course. So the spots usually are about 3 in the category, and then 6 for electives, for an exactly 22. Anything that is over 22 on your degree works will go to your fall through section, but you can always write them on your sheet. Okay. So remember, 22 credit electives, no matter what degree work says, you need 22. 3 in your category, and then another 6 down here. Okay. If you take all 4, you should reach 22. If you start to subtract 3, if you start to take 3 and 1 credit classes, remember you're subtracting away from getting up to 22. So you end up taking another class to make sure that you get to 22. And the 22 is to help you get to the 64. Down here, you have your senior seminar. You don't need to take that until your senior year. And then you have your physics credits, which are 5 credits each for a total of 10. And then remember what I said, even though chemistry can be a minor, you still have to declare it. Regardless if you declare it or not, it is built into your biology scheme. So you have 19 credits to complete as this chemistry minor. So this is 12 credits here. With the senior seminar is 13. Your bio electives are 22. Your physics is 10. And your chemistry is 19. That is 64. Okay. Okay. So as long as you remember your 22 bio electives, then you pretty much are okay. Anytime that you transfer in credits for less than what they are, then it will show a shortage of the 64, okay? But as of right now, you haven't transferred in any credits, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay. And then on your co-op side, all you need to do is continue to follow your co-op's requirements until you complete each requirement. So every semester, you should be putting in your major, your minor, and at least 1 or 2 co-op's requirements. Okay. So for the spring, you did your major, your minor, 2 co-op's requirements. Now, if you can't get into a course that's a major or a minor course, then you double up on your co-op's requirements.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like the English or the math.
Right. So if you can't get into Bio 102 and you can't get into chemistry, then you come down, you take all of these Divisional A's, philosophy and French, because they're still required. And next semester, you're going to have to do bio and chem.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you still have to keep going no matter what you're able to get into. As long as you're taking something on your scheme, you are still completing your degree. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to show you fairly quickly what your degree works looks like with the bio major. Let me find the right screen here. All right, so for the bio major, and a chemistry minor. Let's just say we declared chemistry as the minor.
Wait, Miss Young, are you sharing your screen?
Oh, I haven't switched it over yet. I just had to.
Okay. I was about to say.
All right, so now I'm sharing it. Can you see the degree works?
Oh, yes, I can.
Okay, so this is the scheme in degree works. So everything that we showed on that other sheet is there. So the freshman seminar, the English, and now you can see ENGW 101, 102, and 104, and then your next English is 103 and 105, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then here are your options for your math, and we chose math 006. So next semester we can actually choose 007 and then 09 or 156 or whatever we choose.
Okay.
Down here you have your language requirements, and then you have your divisionals. And in the divisionals, you have to actually click on the courses to see what they are and what they're available. And then down here you have your bio major. And remember what I said, here's your 13 credits.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your 19 chem, your physics, and then all of this needs to total up to 22.
Okay.
And then your chemistry is separated out so that you know where to stop and start.
Okay. Thank you. I understand so much better. I was really lost.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording.